of the other areas that's really cool, because it ties into another great love of yours, a couple of years ago you got to head over to France and be the official team chef for Team Didata at the Tour de France.
Yeah, life is, life is just so weird, I've always had a big love for cycling, and after doing the epic and losing about 20 kilos in 8 months, I was sitting in my office at the Saxon, just really minding my own business, and I actually had a meeting with the guys from the Standard Bank Cycle Fair. And he said to me, no, he's just about to meet Doug Ryder in the lounge. Have I met Doug before? And I promise you, half an hour later, I was going to the Tour de France. It's like Doug is pretty persuasive, as we all know. And I can't explain. I've still got goosebumps. It's just, it's very special. It's an incredible team. Still is an incredible team. The association with Quebec is a very special one. And Doug's perseverance and the whole team's perseverance is quite something.
I'm guessing it wasn't flambéed prawns and seared salmon and that sort of stuff for the guys when they were riding.
It was pretty close. I mean, I was shaking the pan a little bit. Probably one of the toughest things, other than opening Marber, that I've ever done. To be honest with you, you move. Firstly, I don't speak French particularly well. Broken kitchen French to a certain extent. But you move essentially 21 times in a month from kitchen to kitchen, and some of the guys want you there, some of them don't want you there. It's fighting for a little space in the kitchen, it's doing your shopping every day, it's introducing yourself to a very difficult French chef every single day for a month. That's tricky. I can tell you, that is tricky. And I didn't really get to the good side of any of them, and it was just interesting, it's this, for me it was like Gladiator. Honestly, it was like Gladiator. And I don't know, James, if you can relate to this. But because this whole process of 2,500 vehicles, which is basically the Tour de France, and that's how it moves around, this caravan, you can't go into the town centres. So you end up 50 to 100 kilometres away from the start and the finish of the races. And they are generally at airports, industrial areas, and sort of outlying areas. So there's no 5-star hotels, essentially. So every team, once every 5 days, every team gets to go into city centre and stay in a really nice hotel, But most of the time, you're staying in a hotel that is a 1-star La Campagnole with no aircon, with one little light hanging down between. And there sits Eddie Bosenhagen, one of the best cyclists in the world, with Steve Cummins, one of the best cyclists in the world. They can hardly see each other chatting. It's about 40 degrees. And the next day they're out there being worshipped as these heroes, And then they come back to that every night and my cooking. So, it was just such an eye-opener. And these guys, the team is just very special, and those guys will always be very special to me, and they were very good to me. But really, they're like gladiators, just come back to very, 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 very average conditions, below average conditions, and then going out there the next day and riding like champions,